Before you talk about these prices or even the unit size, unit type, let me ask you one very simple question today. If you were to buy this particular project today, who exactly will be buying from you in the next at least 4 years because of the seller's stamp duty, or even down the road for longer stay, example 5 years, 6 years, or even 8 years, 10 years down the road? So if you can't answer this with clarity, then the price alone doesn't really mean anything to you. So today, let's go down into Pinery Residences. Let's not hype it, but really truly understand how it might be suitable for you. So, Pinery Residences is a 99 years leasehold development that is of a mixed-use type development located in the Tampines Street 94. Okay, released under the government land sales. So this particular site was actually acquired by a Hub Realty together with a Sunway. Quite strong developer in my opinion. Okay, at a land rate of about 1004 PSF plot per ratio. Okay, so if you actually hear this mixed use word, who will be actually benefiting from this integrated living? Families, long-term occupier, or even the tenants who value conveniences. Okay, but keep that in mind, it will really matter much later. So let's now look into the kind of unique mix that actually have it right here in Pinery Residences. So Pinery Residences has a total of 588 residential unit. So 43% of it is actually a 2-bedroom and a 2-bedroom plus a study. And then the remaining 57% will be the 3-bedroom or even the larger unit, including a 4-bedroom and a 5-bedroom home. So do take note over here, who are the developer targeting in this particular Tampines area, which is also a very mature estate, slightly different from 600 plus series, which is more towards the Parktown area. Parktown area side will be more of a very new kind of a township located right over there. A lot of BTO surrounding and in that particular area. But for Pinery Residences, it's a very different location because this particular area is located zone in a mature location. It tells us something very important. It's not designed for pure investor only, but this is actually designed for a more kind of a family oriented as the anchor towards this particular development. Because over here, the family don't buy based on the short-term investment or even the short-term sentiment. They buy based on the different life stages. Like example, when your kids grow up, because the school surrounding is over there. If you are buying for school purposes, which is very important, is within a kilometer to one of the very prestigious school. And then the space also matters, and then the conveniences matters because the train station is located just right opposite this development. So this actually create the price stability in the long run. If you actually compare these to projects that are heavily skewed towards the smaller units, or even a project depending heavily on the investor demand can actually change very quickly. Over here, when a project has a strong base of family size unit, buyers pool become wider, and with a wider buyers, it also means that better liquidity. And I want you to remember this line: liquidity is not about how fast you sell, it's about how many people can really afford to buy. Let's move into the pricing right over here. Developer bought this particular land at 1004 PSF PPR. So the estimated break-even after paying off whatever fees and all will be estimated to be in the region about 1,980 to probably about the 2,000 PSF. Simple suggestion right over here. On the ground, it has already been talking that the prices going to be launched in the region of about 2,700 PSF, which I feel that at 2007 is a bit of the higher side for this particular location. Right over here, Parktown, which is located at 600 plus series in the Tampines side. Right now in the current market, there is still the below 2004 or even the 2003 plus minus a PSF if you're actually thinking of getting something in the post-launch market. So for here, technically, Pinery Residences, I personally feel that it should be on average in the region of about 2,450 PSF plus minus. Okay, so example, today you have to enter at 2,550 PSF. So you must really understand that what must happen around this development for your resale price to really make sense later. That is what I term as the exit planning if you are buying something for a long-term stay. So actually a property don't really compete in isolation. Your future buyer will really also compare. This part over here is a bit exciting because nearby development like the Tapestry in the mid-range of about 1,500 PSF to more than 2,000 PSF in the resale market, of course depending on the different timing and the unit profile. So now let's bring this back to the real life. Pinery is located just right opposite or very close to a Tampines West MRT station on the downtown line. It's also 1 kilometer within a St. Hilda's Primary School, one of the top prestigious school in Singapore, and of course a lot of parents like to buy near within the 1 kilometer radius just to get their little kids to this particular good school in Tampines. So of course if you're a family upgrader, this actually matters to you in the time to come, which is your next future potential prospect or your buyer. So that's why MRT and school aren't really the selling point. They are actually a decision filter, which is one of the most important element in terms of family planning. Let's now talk about integrated living. Okay, imagine after a long day of work coming home, then your grocery is actually downstairs, your childcare is nearby, you can pick up your kids very convenient, and then your daily needs is also within a walking distance. The convenience isn't really just luxury, it's actually very practical, because the convenience alone is not enough. It only works if the area continues to grow. So that which brings us to the most important point of this analysis. Most people see the URA Master Plan as just a normal map, but I want you to see this as a story over time. So if you actually take a look at the Master Plan, the website, okay, so Tampines Regional Centre is the first regional centre in Singapore that is welcoming more housing, workspace and even community facilities to support new life work trend. For conveniences, okay, Tampines Regional Hub is well connected by 2 MRT line and a bus interchange. It brings a wide range of shops, offices and community facilities nearer to home in the eastern region, reducing commute and giving more time for leisure and families. Connectivity wise, a seamless pedestrian and active mobility network is already planning up to link up the surrounding area to Tampines Region Hub. And then community wise, there are plans to study the redevelopment of a Tampines bus interchange into a mixed use development with an integrated transport hub, which what we can actually see is like the one in the Park Sound, which has already been undergoing the process right over here. So in fact, Tampines being such a mature estate, but you can see that the government is still trying to develop right here in Tampines to also rejuvenate the existing business node right over here in Tampines. Let's now talk about the exit. So your buyer is likely not just another kind of an investor, it is most likely an upgrader, okay, because the Tampines will continue to have a regular BTO launches. So if you actually take a closer look right over here, just right in front of Pinery Residences, there's actually a lot of BTOs that already collected keys since the last quarter of 2025. So if you actually time it properly, by the time they're going to reach their MOP period after 5 years, that will be easily a 20, 30, 31. Eventually, when all these HDB MOP, and that is when they upgrade and they look for familiarity. So this is why the exit is not only by luck, it is actually an alignment of what's going on in the next 5 years, 8 years or even 10 years. And if you feel this video helped to think differently and widen your spectrum of how to really use a URA Master Plan to look into the so-called future, feel free to give me a PM and then or comment a Pinery, and then I will actually send you more of this information about Pinery Residences. Importantly is we don't chase launches. We understand why some launches or why some development age really well. So and with that, I will see you in the next video, and do take note, Pinery Residences definitely is one of my top choice for the year 2026. See you.